Alrighty guys, we're back for Zariel's Angels, and this is a Streets of New Capenna standard build. We're going to go over the deck, then hop into some ranked. We'll see if it's good enough for ranked. I think so, honestly. I think it's going to be pretty spicy. Essentially, it's just Boros Angels with Zariel, Archduke of Avernus. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing any of that right, so I apologize. Guys, before we go over the deck, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you. So what do we got in the deck here? We have 4 Goldhounds because that early ramp is huge for Angels. I'm telling you guys, getting Angels down earlier than they're supposed to be out there is just nasty. We have 4 Giadas, Font of Hope here. Even though it's legendary, you still want 4 of them. It's like the best angel in standard, or from what I've heard, now I don't play older formats, but this is just like one of the best angels ever. That's what I'm hearing. Don't quote me on it though. So you guys have probably seen it, but I'll go over it very briefly. 2-drop, 2/2, Flying Vigilance. Don't forget the Vigilance there. That could be important. Each other angel you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each angel you already control. So your angels could come down super chunky. Then you can tap this for a white mana and spend this mana only to cast an angel. So even further early ramp for your angels. I'm telling you, man, getting these angels down before they're supposed to is insane. We have a Valorous Stance for emergency removal, but also giving indestructible to something that we really don't want to die could come in handy a lot. We have 4 Youthful Valkyries because Angel. We have 2 Rip Aparts here because I think being able to hit an artifact and, an artifact or an enchantment is actually really valuable, but also, like, I was looking through the other removal and stuff, and I think since we're in Boros colors, I really want to give Rip Apart a shot because I think there's a lot of stuff that it can hit, and it is sorcery speed though, but we'll see. I think it's going to be pretty good. We have 4 Righteous Valkyries because Angel, and also life gain, and also that second ability where as long as you have at least 7 life more than your starting life total, creatures you control get +2/+2. Is going to be so easy to hit with this deck. I think it's going to be, at least as soon as we get Righteous Valkyrie down, there's going to be a ton of things that we can do, like Fable of the Mirror Breaker, right? Once this gets to Reflection of Kiki Jiki, this is just nasty because now you can start to copy your angels, and every time you copy your angel, maybe you have Giada out there and they're coming in with extra counters already, and don't forget it gets haste too. And then maybe you're gaining life off of that, off the Valkyrie as well, because it's entering the battlefield. It doesn't say when you cast an angel, right? It says when it enters the battlefield. So the copies off of Reflection just seems so good. And then in general, this is just an amazing card. So it obviously will fit right in with this Boros Angels. So we have a Legion Angel as well as the 3 Legion Angels in the sideboard. Now we have the 4 Zariels here too. So what is this doing in here now? I was challenged on my Discord to make Zariel good, and I went through like maybe 5 different builds and I deleted 3 of them. I kept 2 of them. This is one of them. And so Zariel is actually huge in this deck because, first of all, it's already a pretty decent planeswalker. You get it on 4 and you can drop a devil and kind of protects itself a little bit with that, right? But once it survives that turn, it's this top ability that makes it insane for this build. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until the end of turn. You know, there's just something so unnaturally aggressive about hasty angels, right? And then we have amazing 5-drops to go, you know, turn 4 Zariel, and then turn 5, one of these 5-drop angels, and then give it haste. But sometimes you won't have that turn 5, and maybe you just have the Reflection to copy stuff out. And the more angels you get in the air, the more you get that +1/+0 buff. It's just an insane amount of damage that you can fly on through. And then, of course, the -6 might come in handy, but it might not. You would get an emblem. Also, -6 might not be too difficult to actually pull off on this because of how many like potential blockers and everything we'll have here. Anyways, the emblem says, at the end of your first combat phase on your turn, untap target creature you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. So we already have like vigilance on the Giada and stuff. So this is just super spicy, being able to untap something else and swing on in the air. Yeah, I think this is going to put in work, but we'll see. We have 3 Sigardian Saviors. So Sigardian Savior, when it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, so it doesn't work if you copy it, right? Return up to 2 target creature cards with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So what this pairs beautifully with is like Goldhound. So you ramp on up, right? You get the Savior down and you bring your Goldhound back, which lets you ramp into further things. And then you could bring your Giada back because it has a huge target on its back. So the opponent's going to try to remove it, right? Only 3 instead of 4 because there is a lot of exile removal floating about though, right? Now we have 1 Enduring Angel. So flying double strike. If you give this haste off of the Zariel, you have a 4/3 double strike in the air that had haste, which is just insane already. But if you had Giada down and a couple other angels, then this slams onto the board with extra counters and you're giving it haste, and that's probably just game at that point if the angel can swing through, right? But then if you're up against an aggro deck, Enduring Angel could really lock down the game until you get more of your valuable stuff out there, right? Because if your life total would be reduced to 0 or less, instead transform Enduring Angel and your life total becomes 3. And then if Enduring Angel didn't transform this way, you lose the game. So I don't know much about that last little ability. I don't know when that would come in play. You guys will have to let me know in the comments. But when it's transformed, it is a flying. You have hexproof, which is also on the regular Enduring Angel. Angelic Enforcer's power and toughness are each equal to your life total. When Angelic Enforcer attacks, double your life total. So that could also help you get to that level for Righteous Valkyrie too. Only one of them though, we'll see. We have 3 Sanctuary Wardens because there is like nothing spicier in the deck to copy off of the Reflection of Kiki-Jiki than a Sanctuary Warden, right? So 6 mana 5/5 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, you get 2 shield counters on it. And then whenever it enters or attacks, you remove... Yeah, whenever it enters or attacks, I apologize guys, I'm struggling reading these right now for some reason. You may remove a counter from a creature or planeswalker you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. So this is really in here for the card draw, and it's going to be really easy to get out too off of the ramp with Goldhound and the ramp with Giada as well. I think we'll be able to get this out pretty fast. And don't forget, you get ramp off of that first goblin from Fable of the Mirrorbreaker as well, which is kind of insane. And then, yeah, maybe you're giving it haste with Zariel too, and you're just drawing a bunch of cards and you're just doing all this stuff, man. And there's counters on the Valkyrie, counters on the Giada if you want to save those shield counters on your Warden to draw those cards, right? Do have Emeria's Call because Angels. It's also just a pretty great land. 24 total land plus the Emeria's Call, so 25 total. We got some dual lands. We do have a couple Wind-Scarred in here because life gain, and also I do think the mana base is going to be pretty greedy at times. Crucible, Den, Seat, Frost Dragon, you know, the usual stuff, right? That's the deck, guys. It should be relatively easy to run, hopefully, right? I guess we'll see though. Yeah, I am a little concerned about a lot of the exile removal. Hopefully the Sigardian Savior ends up being really good. If not, dropping this and going up an Enduring Angel could be pretty good because of that double strike off the Zariel. Or double strike on this and then haste off the Zariel. It seems like a really valuable combo, huh? Other than that, yeah, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked and see how it goes. Oh my goodness. Now I just came out of ranked and it immediately put me on alchemy play mode. It's like, no, game. I'm trying. Navigating these menus. That's That's like, it's like a mini game in and of itself sometimes, you know? Alright, let's see if I... Okay, wow. That's a weird hand. I'm gonna keep it. We're going first here, and I think the a turn 2 Giada is just pretty good, even though we don't have other angels to get us there. It's not a bad hand by any means, you know. Like, we have the removal with Rip Apart too, which could be really good. Couple hives, okay. Potential control from the opponent here. Rip Apart being a sorcery means we don't get to keep it open here. I'm expecting spot removal, but I'm gonna attempt the swing anyways. No spot removal. Alright, let's get that Goldhound down. Okie dokies. Yeah. So it does suck that this is a sorcery. You might want to find removal that is an instant speed for moments like this so you can keep it open and use it on their turn, right? Which is probably why we don't see Rip Apart that often, because it is a sorcery. But it hits so much, guys. It hits so much. Especially against, like, oh, nice. They just go for the meat hook to get the Goldhound. Huh. I'm okay with that, man. You know what? You know what? Zariel's hitting. Zariel's hitting this board, and we're going Devil here. Darn right. Darn right. Now I record these videos a few days in advance. So if you guys start seeing Zariel angel decks floating about, that was my fault. I apologize. No, I'm just teasing, guys. Hey, Binding, get out of here. I'm trying to have fun. Darn it. Trying to have fun. You're over here ruining that. Okay, so let's go. So I was gonna go for the hasty Righteous Valkyrie, but it's gonna be Rip Apart the meat hook so they don't gain too much. I don't mind the ramp off the Binding as much as well, yeah, I don't know. I guess ending that ramp could be pretty good, huh? Rip Apart's gonna kill something here. I just haven't really decided what. I guess hitting the ramp is good. Darn it, I don't know. That's really tough. We could save it too. Yeah, I'm gonna prevent their ramp. So if we hit meat hook, yeah, it gets that ability off the board where they're gaining life whenever one of our creatures die, but it also makes it easier for their decision to just double meat hook. Even though that's a pretty easy decision anyways, right? You usually don't care about the legendary part of meat hook, you just play it out anyways. Yep, so another Binding hits the Righteous Valkyrie. Okay, alright, spot removal it is. That's what the opponent says. We're gonna attempt the Zariel here. I have no idea how to pronounce this, man. More damage or extra devil? I think it's extra devil. Extra devil. We're gonna keep the call in hand. Wait, no we're not. No we're not. I need to start powering up that cave like as soon as possible. Because this is like Jund control, and it's like... If a third Binding of the Old Gods hits the table, guys, I quit. I quit Magic. No, I'm just teasing. But still. Alright, so sacrifice a creature. Get to ping their face, luckily. They killed the Zariel because they don't want us to have any fun, and it's fine. Yeah, invoke despair, Binding, very... Oh, hey! What's up, Zariel? Wait, do I just power up cave and swing? No. Darn it. The game wants me to play with the unique card in the build, and that's what we're gonna do. Because Zariel does so much, guys. For real, if the opponent can just stop killing... the opponent just stops killing it for a second. Because look, we power up cave, give everything +1, and that's just like so much damage. That's an extra 4 damage on the board. Chariot, nice. See, even that, the Zariel does a lot here because now the cats don't just block here. Like, they trade and then we can ping the 1 to their face. Which is huge, man. It really is. This is a good match though. Like a really let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Would you look at this, man? Holy cow. Holy cow. Look at this. Counter off of you, shield counter. That is what I'm talking about, guys. What a first game. Wow. They have no lifelink on the ground, right? So we're just gonna full swing here. Sure. We'll draw. Ditch counter off the Zariel. Oh man. What a first game, guys. What a first game. It's 10 in the air, regardless, so. GG. GG, opponent. Man, that's the kind of win that just like you gotta sit back and like appreciate. Like you gotta appreciate that top deck. That's why we got 3 of them instead of like 2 or something. Even though it's pretty heavy on the mana. Like every single game. Imagine a game nowadays where you just don't get to 6 mana. It's so rare, right? Like games go on just a little bit longer and usually we get to that turn 6 or past it. And so cards like Sanctuary Warden just being super spicy regardless when and how they hit the board, it just seems very powerful, doesn't it? Okay, rip apart. Let's see if it can do a bit more here in this game. Don't have any snarls in the deck, so we're gonna go ahead and drop the planes. Now instead of the Wind-Scarred, the life. Okay. Yeah, instead of the life gain land, you could run snarls, but I think the life gain's probably more important than potentially getting it untapped every 30 games. Oh no, more control, guys. How dare. That's why we have the Sigardian 5 drops in the deck, though. So I'm okay. I want to save that pathway for now. I don't know if I'm going to have to drop it on red. I'm okay with dropping the seat and going Fable. Because getting a little extra mana and dropping both the Valkyrie and... yeah, both Valkyries on the same turn could be really good. Sorin minus 2. Okay, Wind-Scarred Crag is the Crag? Greg. Okay, what am I doing? Rip apart hits the vampire and then we just swing at Sorin and kill it. We don't get rid of that. So I'm okay with ditching the other Fable. Let's see what we hit here. Curious. Okay. So it's gonna be rip apart regardless because I want to kill Sorin. We could just kill Sorin here, but it's better to swing because we get a treasure, and then we and then we get to play our Valkyrie this turn as well, unless we want to wait. I don't want to wait. I think this is pretty good. I'd rather get the life over the counter on the Youthful Valkyrie because I think we're going to be able to get to that 27 life. Okay, well, they go ahead and Blood Chief's Thirst. That's fine because now they're tapped out and we have tons of stuff to do here. Goldhound. Okay, not the greatest draw. It's not the greatest. Let's go with... I hope the opponents are appreciating the deck, right? Do we drop everything or just... I'm concerned is the thing, right? I'm concerned about potential board wipes and stuff. Meat Hook for 2. Or Meat Hook for 3 could happen next turn, which would just be devastating. I'm gonna just go one Goldhound. I know it would be so tempting for the opponent to wipe this, but we gotta do something, right? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should have kept the Valkyrie back until we could give it. I don't know. Okay, it wasn't Meat Hook. Woo! And I hope we get some matches against decks that aren't control too. Zariel, let's go. Okay. Let's do. I hope this doesn't eat a counter. I'm gonna try it. It hits. It does hit.
Fight like your soul depends on it, for it does.
Wait, do I gotta use the treasure? Oh no. I was thinking that we had to do red there. I was mistaken. Yeah, remove it while you can before it gets the extra counter when another one enters, right? So that makes sense. Oh, it doesn't actually copy either. Oh, that's a shame. Well, if that's the case, this doesn't have first strike. We could go +1 and still get a pretty good swing here, but I don't want to lose Zariel. And I don't care about the extra treasure. This is an awful trade for us, so let's just get that menace through and be satisfied. Yeah, okay, we're looking for a big draw again. Looking for a big draw. Okay. So, yeah, these control decks are scary, and if they eat, if they eat all of our angels, then the Sigardian, yeah, tough. Very, very tough. They only have one card in hand, though. What do you guys think, man? We just move all of this out there. Extra treasure or Goldhound? Because the Goldhound has menace is the thing. Extra treasure. Super aggressive. Save any blockers? Save any blockers? No. That's the correct answer. No blockers. Okay, good. They're trading anyways. Okay, excellent. So the thought process there was, do we keep anything back to save the Zariel? And the answer was no, because of potential removal or meat hooks or anything else like that. We just full swing in every turn we can until we get enough aggression here. Look at this. This is huge, guys. This is what I meant. Oh my goodness. And now we give it all haste? Holy cow, dude. Let's go. A great first two matches to showcase the deck and just Zariel in general, right? Give this all haste. Get this Valkyrie haste. Just like a huge swing there. Insane. We were about to gain, what, 6 too as well? Yeah. Woo! Feeling good, guys. I'm okay with however the rest of the matches want to go. They can go however they want. I don't care. We could lose 6 games in a row and I'd be okay. Okay, maybe not, but you guys know what I mean. I'm pretty satisfied with those first 2 games. That was really good. I'm telling you, man, Fable of the Mirror Breaker with Angels just seems way too good. I'm actually shocked that we haven't seen anything like this before. It's a bit of a slower hand. We have the turn 2 rip apart if need be, but it doesn't look like anyone's playing creature decks anymore, man. It sure looks like everyone's running control or something like it, right? We'll see though. We do see some Boros every now and then. Fading Hope. It could be simple removal. Hopefully our Sigardian Savior comes in handy at some point today too. some strangle. You strangled Giada? You monster. Hey. We got the Savior. Gonna play this out on white and attempt the Fable, and hopefully it doesn't just eat a counter here, but it's definitely worth attempting, I'd say. Nice, so we got it on the board. This could be like Fading Hope. We really don't know what the opponent's playing here. Okay, so nothing happened. Expressive iteration, they're searching for their land. And they might just do, watch them just do another iteration or something. Probably not, but maybe just hold the 2 open. 1 open. Maybe they're saving their Fading Hope. Don't know. Let's see if it is another Grixis build. It is not. It must be a mill deck, right? If it's running the theater. Okay, so if it's mill, the rip aparts might be worth keeping for crab. I'm okay with ditching the mountain. We have another 2 and we're about to get a treasure here. Let's just see what we hit. Yeah, I think that keeping the rip apart is worth it just for the crab in particular, right? We're gonna attempt a swing here. This is another moment where if rip apart was an instant, so it is a Fading Hope, okay. Okay, it's not too bad. I think we do want to get Crucible down on red. Well, we could have still played the planes there, though. Because, yeah, this is sorcery. If it was instant, though, we'd be able to keep it open. And so that's really something to consider. Some other turn 2 removal that you can keep open on the opponent's turn might just be better than a rip apart here. That's gonna be a recurring theme today, I think. Yep, Hideous Laughter. It's not gonna get very far, so luckily they do have 2 of them here. We have to do something soon though, because if they do that again, then it's we're getting into the danger zone for sure. So let's go ahead and get the Sanctuary Warden down. Actually, Sigardian brings back Giada. And then next turn, we could Warden. Darn it. If we were going Sigardian Savior, then I would have played the Wind-Scarred and then brought the Goldhound back with it. So I'm going to stick with what I initially was thinking here. And we're going to actually draw a card too. Another Savior. That could be huge. We really have to start going though because we're really low. Okay, Crab. Okay. Yep. Fable, nice. Okay. Yeah, we really have to get going. So seat, so, okay. Lots to think about here for sure. Savior, okay. Let me think. It's gonna be Savior no matter what, I think. Let's go Savior. Giada, Goldhound. Pretty spicy, right? Untapped land was pretty lucky, honestly. And now we copy Sanctuary Warden. And then we go, you shield counter, draw a card, swing in the air. Pretty dangerous board. Pretty dangerous. Remove a counter. I'm gonna just remove the last shield counter on here. We want to do less and draw. No, decline, because we only have 18 cards remaining, and so we could just end up dying here. Maybe we should have, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't have drawn at all, right? Because every oh no, oh down, yeah, maybe every card in our deck matters. Woo! It was a pretty aggressive play, but oh no! No, you don't have it. You don't have it, opponent. You don't. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, GG opponent. Good game. Wow, opponent had it, but look at our board, man. Is Reflection of Kiki Jiki too good with Angels? That's the real question. That's the real question that I get out of that match. Oh, man. Yeah, was there a way for me to play that one faster and maybe get that damage through faster? Honestly, probably. I feel like I probably could have played that one better somewhere. I did get those couple draws, but I don't think those couple draws mattered, right? We had 12 cards remaining, and that hit for 16 cards, right? So maybe a couple of my draws did matter. The Sanctuary Warden draws and also the draws off the Kiki Jiki too. I don't mind this hand. I don't mind it. It's okay, but the opponents are running so much removal that it's like, ugh, you know? It's like, how are we, like, what's the line of play, I guess, right? Because we're not ramping into Legion Angel or Warden with this hand. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I don't know what the opponent's playing, but it is very scary. The Shamble Buddy gets over the Youthful Valkyrie, like, right now. And that is a Vanishing Verse. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I'm surprised they didn't plug that into... I guess it makes sense, maybe? Maybe that makes sense. Double white. Just get the other Valkyrie down, I guess. Play this out on white, because the Crucible can be played out on red. And because that's exiled, the Sigardian Savior just doesn't do a whole lot if they end up exiling this one too. Oh, the devastation. Even Valorous Stance doesn't protect against Vanishing Verse though, so... I think we have a lot to do here, guys, to catch up. This doesn't even trade into the Ghast next turn. So, yeah. We're gonna have to Valorous Stance the Ghast, and so they go searching with the Sorin. Yeah, we're gonna have to Valorous Stance the Ghast, which is probably one of the weirdest things. 1, 2. Do we take 5? I don't think we do. I think we block here. Oh, this is so weird. This is a weird one, guys. There's the 5th. Yeah, the Savior doesn't hit anything because of the exile, which is rough, to say the least. This is an instant. I always do that, guys. I'm sorry. I'll wait till their turn. I just hope they can't give it, like, a shield counter or something. If they could, they have the open planes anyways. I'd rather them, like, buff this. Here's the problem. Yeah, we want them to put the counter into the Ghast, but having the open mana, are they going to be able to save it somehow now? I think this is worth it, though, because that extra counter could be really bad. They end up plugging it into the Luminarch anyways. They're not putting all their eggs into one basket because they're probably anticipating, like, a Wandering Emperor with our 4 open, right? Yeah, having the open mana also means it could have been a Deadly Dispute, but they could have... I don't know. I think it was worth it to see if they were going to put all their eggs in one basket, right? Okay, at this point, we can play this one out on white as well, and Sanctuary Warden hits the board pretty strong here. I'm okay with going down a shield counter because of all the exile the opponent's already showcased to draw a card. I think that card draw is going to be pretty important. Huh. Okay, well, Legion Angel. Okay, so they're just plussing the Sorin. We gotta kill this before they can do 13 damage to us next turn. The 3rd Vanishing Verse. Oh no, Sorin kills us next turn, guys. We need... There's nothing. There's nothing we could do. They can block this, so we can't ping it there. If we draw a removal, so we're going to take this. If we draw Rip Apart, we can kill the Luminarch and then swing for 1 and get that away from the -7. Ooh. Without... Oh, wait. We do have 7 mana. We do. We get to gain life. Oh, but it's not enough life. It's definitely not enough life. Okay, yeah, GG opponent. Let's see if they -7 the Sorin, or let's let them -7 the Sorin, because that's not often. They even had an Infernal Grasp, guys. Oh, very, very scary. Yeah, that is a good game, opponent. Good game. Wow, was there a way for me to play that one out better? I don't even know. Hey guys, you know what's interesting? Those last 2 losses, we didn't see Zariel, did we? Did we? No. Not in that one, at least. What about that other loss? I forget right now. I don't think we did. I think our wins were the games where we saw Zariel, which is pretty cool, actually. Yeah, when I accepted that challenge, I immediately thought, well, I gotta build a Devil deck, right? Like, that's where Zariel's gonna be good, but... So no red source for the Goldhound is pretty bad here. That's a mulligan, unfortunately. Ooh, these are pretty bad hands, guys. Pretty bad hands. Get the Wind-Scarred down and turn 2 Valkyrie and hope that the opponent's actually playing a deck that doesn't have 1,000 pieces of removal, right? Giada's better because we can potentially ramp with Giada. Either way, the Valkyrie gets a counter. It's just a little bit less aggressive to go the Giada route first. So nice. So we can actually go Valkyrie if we want life gain, but there's no way that something doesn't die here, right? Vanishing Verse? Darn it, guys. This exile stuff really really making a joke out of our Sigardian Saviors. How about it? A lot of exile removal. It's very scary. So we got some basic Esper. I forget what they call it right now. Esper mid-range. But it's a very powerful deck, don't get me wrong. They're making the climb to Platinum right now, and they're definitely going to get there easily with this Esper build. They keep it all open. Probably a Wandering Emperor, right? Showing how important the ramp is and how important actually getting land is here. So if we would have had Goldhound already, then Zariel could have potentially hit the board. This is anyone's game. Okay, so they didn't have Wandering Emperor, or they chose not to cast it for some reason, which I think would be weird. So it probably isn't Wandering Emperor. Luminarch. Hi, buddy. Something tells me Luminarch has a high win rate as a card. Something tells me. We're gonna try to block here. Okay, we had a successful block. That was weird, like the sound cut out when that happened. Wedding announcement, and Legion Angel's pretty good. Because everything gets a buff from the Valkyrie here. The Righteous Valkyrie. There's 2 Valkyries on the board, I have to remember that. So now, do we go on the aggressive? Probably. Probably. Am I crazy, or is the sound acting weird? It's like, hey, GG guys, let's go. There it is. Hey, look, we didn't play Zariel, but every match that we saw Zariel in, we won. So I'm just saying, I think that was a successful challenge here. This was a ton of fun, guys. Wow, yeah, like, when you think Boros Angels, you don't really necessarily think, like, it's gonna work well, but the absolute power between, like, Fable of the Mirrorbreaker in general, and then the reflection of Kikijiki being able to copy these top end angels is just insane. So what did we see? We saw a ton of exile removal, and so Sigardian Savior just isn't as good as you would hope, even though it pairs so well with Goldhound, and Giada gets removed pretty much as soon as it enters the board, like every game, right? It's very rare that you get to keep this on the board, and so bringing it out with the Savior seems really good. I think that you could go down to 2 of these, and what do you need then? What do you add? You need more removal or something, but it needs to be like the type of removal that is also good against like control builds, because there is a ton of control. So I think this is simple, man. Drop a Savior, go up a Burn Down the House. Even if it's just 1 Burn Down the House, it's pretty good. You get those devils, and maybe you have the Zariel out there and you can +1 to all of them, so you could potentially swing for 6 against control. That is a huge swing. And then if you're not up against control, that Burn Down the House could just be amazing to -5 and wipe your opponent's board. Maybe most of your angels got over the -5 because of the counters and stuff. Or maybe it gets over the -5 because your life total, and you're getting +2/+2 to everything. So yeah, Burn Down the House, go down to Savior, go up a Burn Down the House. And if you want to try to squeeze 2 Burn Down the House, maybe you don't have the 3 Sanctuary Wardens, 2 Wardens could totally work as well. Go up to a second burn. You want to go up to a 3rd burn, you could drop an Enduring Angel if you don't have that, right? I think Burn Down the House is the card, though, to add. Instead of Rip Apart, you could probably do, what is it? It's a Braid, right? That's an instant, and it still hits artifacts, although there's a lot less artifacts than you would hope to hit with this, right? And this doesn't hit Planeswalkers, too. This does 3 damage to creature or planeswalker, and it hits artifact or enchantment, which is why it's a sorcery, right? That's a pretty powerful ability, and so if it was an instant, it would be insane and played in probably every Boros deck. But the sorcery speed kind of, I feel like it held it up, right? And then, of course, yeah, the Burn Down the House. Try to squeeze these in there somewhere. I think that'll be a pretty good for you, especially since Zariel's in the build, so... yeah, this was a super fun one, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around the entire video. Y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.